Alright, welcome back. I hope you're having a good day. I'm going to give just a few quick updates on a couple trees today. Actually, I'm going to do three, I think. This is a tiger bark cutting that I've had going. I've wired it up twice now. Wire's doing its job. Doesn't really look like it needs adjusting or anything like that. Kind of hoping maybe I can leave it on for most of the winter. But I did kind of notice all the foliage is concentrated out here at the ends. It would be nice to get a little more back budding going on. So I'm going to go ahead and not only just update you on it, just kind of, what I do to some of my trees if I'm not going to do anything major. I don't really want to cut it all the way back to nothing. Don't want to rewire it or anything. But I would like to get some back budding on in through here a little bit, instead of just having the clouds of foliage out there at the ends. So figured I'd come in, give it a little hedge pruning. And see how it reacts to that. There's the back of the tree. That was the front of the tree that I had up there at first. Let's go get another one. Alright, and this was just a big box store ficus. Some people call it the Ginseng ficus, but it's really a Ficus Microcarpa grafted on top of a Ficus Microcarpa stump that was grown a different way. I put it over a rock just so that it would be something a little bit more interesting. I'll put the link to the video when I repotted and wired this up. But just kind of looking at the wire this morning, and I saw wire's doing its job. Definitely growing like crazy. And this guy here could use a little hedge prune too. And that never takes too long, so I figured I'd just kind of include it in a little update video, along with that other one. And again, the wire's just not quite ready to come off yet. And so this should allow it to just kind of bush out a little bit even better. Even though it's already looking pretty good, I think. A lot of people argue about the benefits of hedge pruning, but I think sometimes a little hedge pruning in between major prunes just kind of help it ramify a little bit better, especially if you kind of leave it alone long enough between the prunings. Alright. Took out a couple bigger leaves too, just for the fun of it, but I really just kind of wanted to cut it back just a little bit, keep it a little more compact. Next time I notice that it needs a prune, I'll probably go ahead, it probably will be time for that wire to come off. Might happen midwinter. If it happens midwinter, I'll have to do it carefully. If the wire doesn't really bite in until like the end of January, beginning of February, I'll get in and do a real heavy prune and wire it up again. The next one I'm going to bring in is actually, when you have these ginseng type of trees or whatever, it's actually the first time I tried to wire this tree right here, it actually was one of the grafts that just kind of popped right out. This thing is actually like 6 or 7 of the limbs that are grafted onto the ugly root here. And it just kind of popped right out, and then I put that one on a rock too, and we'll take a look at that one next. Alright, and then this is going to be the last little update for the day, but another Ficus Microcarpa. This is actually the one that I pulled out of the top of that other one. It was a graft that fell out. Actually, this rock here was about the size of a little tiny cactus pot, one of those little 1-inch pot that they sell little cacti in the big box stores. And I had it in that little black pot with just a little cutting in there. I noticed it was getting ready to bust out of the pot. Pulled out of there. I actually had it repotted in a smaller blue one for a little while, but it started kind of pushing itself up out of there a bit and everything, so eventually I moved it into this bigger one. I did get a video of that. I'll put that in the description here too. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this guy back as well. Again, the wire's just kind of doing its job. Not ready to come off yet. But I would like to see if it would back bud a little bit better than it did. Again, when I do this, if I'm not going to wire, I leave all the leaves. That helps it, I think, back bud a little bit quicker. And being that it is already November and everything, I don't need to push my luck defoliating the whole thing or anything. And I have no need to, so just kind of prune it back. I won't even be really careful to make sure I get every growing tip or anything, just kind of the longer ones that were growing out a little bit longer. And this one's kind of going back into the rock. You don't really want to grow them back into the rock either. And I think that'll be good for it going forward there. And just like its mother plant out there, about the time I notice it needs another little haircut again, I'm sure the wire will need to come off, so I'll probably give it the haircut and put new wire on it and everything. Thanks for watching.